is Trenton, and this is Aaron. So you got a couple minutes here, so I feel like, way over, I'll come back.
Mitakapi. Trenton is baked Rikama Chapelo. Chante Washte and Ape Shoes Apelo. Wolfila Tankalema Kocheki Ukupikala. Thank you for this day, Creator, for blessing us together on this planet Earth. Thank you for all being here. Thank you for allowing me to speak. And let me tell you a little bit of my story at Standing Rock. I've been going since about mid-August. I only live about 2 hours from there in the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe Indian Reservation in Eagle Butte, South Dakota. And I went up to the front lines, a few times. All I do is pray, and I help de-escalate. And on the day of October 27th, 2016, I stayed up at the treaty camp. It was erected directly in the proposed path of the pipeline. And I took part in a prayer circle holding that ground before the police raided it and cleared out the camp to continue construction. And then I was asked to be a part of a sweat lodge ceremony. And I went into that in Ipi, and I prayed for the land, I prayed for the water, all the water protectors, my relatives on the highway holding the police back. I prayed for my brothers and sisters. I could hear screaming because they were being maced and shot at and beaten with batons. I prayed for the police officers so that they may open their minds, open their hearts again. We were all innocent children at one time, and they can remember that if we pray for them enough. Bring them back into the circle of life that we're all a part of. And as I was in that sweat lodge, I felt the spirit of my great-great-great-great-grandfather, Crazy Horse, channeling through me. I was calm in the chaos, and the police surrounded the sweat lodge, and they tore it apart, desecrated the ceremony, and pulled me out of there and arrested me. Shame. I still prayed for them. I didn't let them break my prayer. It was spiritually traumatizing, and it's still heavy on me today. But I'm honored to be able to share my story with you so that you can see the cultural oppression that is repeating in history right now as we speak. And we need to educate ourselves and the ones around us. We need to educate the youth, the little ones here, what happened to our ancestors so that we don't let it happen again. So, with that being said, I just want to say, Many we shout it! Thank you.
He's just a little taller than me. That's never happened, so this is awesome. I also can't hear anything. Okay, there we go. Junjo, my name is Erin. I work with the International Indigenous Youth Council. In camp, the kids call me Ina, which means mother. I unwittingly became a mom to 25 youth that showed up at camp and helped start this movement, right? We saw the youth runners, and some of those Ocheti Shikoan Youth and Allies are part of our International Indigenous Youth Council. They're incredible kids. I'm very, very grateful for them. Grateful to all of you here. We are a handful of res kids, right? Kids that were never supposed to amount to anything. We were never supposed to use our voices. We were supposed to be dead, pregnant, or drunk by now. And we're not. Congratulations, everyone, for standing here. We are here, the three of us, our brother Tomasi's down here taking video. We are here. We spoke today at the McMaster Indigenous Health Conference. We spoke about our experiences. We spoke about Indigenous mental health and how Standing Rock has actually created a resurgence in the will to live among Indigenous youth. We, know about Ottawapiskat. We know about your First Nations. We know about your water restrictions. We know about everything that you guys have to deal with here because we put our hands to the same ground and we feel the same vibrations, right? The same roots grow out of our feet that grow out of yours. So we know exactly what you guys go through and we feel for you. I want to encourage all of you here. We want to encourage you. We're fighting the pipeline in Standing Rock. We're moving on to Line 3, Trans-Pecos Pipeline, Sable Trail Pipeline, right there everywhere. And it seems that only now we're starting to talk about it and it's a little too late. But we are still here. So what I'd encourage you guys to do is we're fighting for everything downstream from us, right? They're willing to commit genocide again. on American people, and we're telling them no, but also we're encouraging you as First Nations people, as the people of Canada, to start the fight here, because they are taking the oil that they are putting into our soil out of your lands. We know what they did to you guys. We know what they've done, with the tar sands. We know what your lands look like now, what they continue to do. We know how your children have fallen ill, how all of your people have fallen ill. We know about your residential schools because we've had the same boarding schools. We know about your historical traumas because they are ours as well. And so we're here today not only to thank you for standing with us, but also to remind you that we're here to stand with you. If you guys need us, please call upon us, because our youth council, like I said, we're just res kids with big mouths, and somehow we ended up being asked to speak, and we're very grateful. Also, one last thing before I go, we are actively trying to defund these snakes, right? We are actively working on divestment campaigns to defund the 17 banks that not only fund Dakota Access Pipeline, but that are also going to be funding the Keystone KXL, because our wonderful new Blathering Cheeto has opened that line up again, and I just encourage all of you, figure out what those banks are, figure out who is funding what, take them down, take out your support, take out everything that you can do, and rise up. What do you do when your land is under attack?
Stand up, fight back!
What do you do when your people are under attack?
Stand up, fight back!
What do you do when, most importantly, your children are under attack?
Stand up, fight back!
You can't even year 20.
Go Canada! Our native land!